Learn, influence, and persuasion, NLP techniques. Stay tuned. Hey, this is Damon Cart from NLP Gym. Learn, influence, and persuasion. If you haven't already, please click subscribe to this YouTube channel so you can get these videos on a regular basis. Also, I plan to create an influence and persuasion online training, and I want to hear from you. In the comments below, tell me about why you want to learn influence and persuasion, what areas of your life you would like to be able to persuade and influence better, and what are the obstacles or the problems or the resistance that you come up against when you want to persuade and influence people. What persuasion and influence really comes down to is, why do people make decisions, or why do people make the choices that they do, or why do they not take action, or why do they take action? What is it that compels people to do something, to decide something, to not do something? And not making a choice or not making a decision is also a decision. It may not seem that way, but it most definitely is. So why do people decide to do what they decide to do? What I found is that, and this is very generally speaking, if you drill down on any situation and any particular person, this might be slightly different. So I am talking in a very general sense, but in a very general sense, we seek to stay in comfort, or to make decisions to put us into comfort or move away from discomfort. You've probably heard before that an object in motion will stay in motion unless another force acts upon it. Also, an object at rest will stay at rest unless another force acts upon it. People are very much the same way, and when we're in our comfort zone, it will take a lot to push us out of that comfort zone, or it'll take a lot for us to make a decision into a situation that we feel might cause us discomfort, or to put ourselves into an uncomfortable situation or an unfamiliar situation. We naturally gravitate to comfort and the familiar, and this is why rapport is so important. But that's not what this video is about. I've done other videos on rapport, and that's why rapport is so powerful, because people are seeking that comfort, they're seeking the familiar. Now, this can actually be a real problem. There are lots of dangers that come along with seeking comfort and staying in comfort, because a lot of people will do that to their own detriment. But that's also another video. Let's focus on persuasion here. So let's say you want to persuade someone to do something, to buy something from you, to go on a date with you, to make a choice or a decision other than what they're currently doing. So let's say they're in their comfort zone when you're talking to them. So you meet them for whatever reason, maybe it's an appointment, and already they're in their comfort zone. We'll call it their comfort box. Now, to get them to come out of that comfort zone is when you're basically asking them to do something, or you're trying to persuade them to do something. So this might be buying something from you, and most people find it uncomfortable to part with their money. So how are you going to get them to get out of their comfort zone and do something else? Because what they perceive, anything outside of this comfort zone, if they do anything outside of that, out of this, it will bring them discomfort. So I'm comfortable, I'm sitting at home, I'm watching TV, and somebody says, you should exercise. Or maybe I see a commercial on TV, or maybe my wife or someone says, you shouldn't be watching TV all the time, you should go out there and get some exercise. So to me, in my comfort zone, that sounds like discomfort. And people will, like I said, will do anything to move away from discomfort and move toward comfort. And also, this is very familiar to me. I'm happy where I am. I'm not doing anything. I know my surroundings, but this idea of going to exercise, or this idea of I need to pull out my wallet and hand over some money, this sounds like discomfort to me. So I'm not going to do that, or I don't want to do that. And this is the hard part. This is the obstacle when it comes to persuasion. You're asking someone to do something different other than what they're currently doing. And what they're currently doing, even if it's bad, even if it's hurting them in some way, is familiar and comfortable to them. Otherwise, they wouldn't be doing it. So you're asking them to go into this. So how do you do that? What you have to do is, if comfort is something they value highly, then you have to show them somehow, you have to demonstrate that by doing what you ask them to do, they will somehow achieve a higher level of comfort by going into here, experiencing some discomfort. They will get to a higher level. And I could say, it could be comfort, or it could be another value. There, you might identify something else that they value even more than comfort, and then they would be willing to move out of this. One way that I persuade people, one of the most powerful ways that I persuade people, it's not some flashy language pattern. I just find out what's important to them. You can assume that to most people, comfort is important to them. Comfort is, like I said, what we're often unconsciously seeking. As human beings, we can consciously override this unconscious desire for comfort and postpone gratification. So when you're persuading someone, this is what you want to tap into. How are you going to do that? Is by identifying somehow where you can help them achieve a higher level of comfort, or by identifying a value that is higher than comfort to them, that is more important to them. And how you do that is just by, I simply ask people a lot of times, either what do they want or what's important to them. When I was in sales, that's often a question that I would ask them in the context of the sale that I was looking to make. It was, well, what's important to you in this? What's important to you in this service? What's important to you in this product? If you've got them face to face, they at least have enough interest to understand better what it is that you're pitching them, or you have their attention for a little bit. So there is something that is compelling them to at least give you their attention. So then you go to, well, what's important to you in this area? Why did they show up to begin with? Why are they even listening to you? There's something there that indicates that there is something that they perceive that might be important here. So ask them about that. And the more you can ask about what is important to them and gaining clarity about it, the more you can learn what those higher values are, and then package whatever it is that you're selling into their higher values. And when you do that, then you can get them out of the immediate comfort into discomfort and move them to the higher level. So if I'm going to buy something from you, what you're asking me to do is part with my money, which doesn't feel comfortable. But if you can guarantee me that the value I will receive will be greater than the comfort that I'm in right now, even if it might come later, that's what persuasion is all about. Think about the conscious choices you've made recently. When I say conscious, you want to think about those choices that you thought through, not the choices that you did automatically, because most of the time we are on autopilot. Most of the time we've already made decisions, and that's what gives us our routines, and we're on autopilot in life most of the time. So I don't mean those decisions. We make hundreds of decisions every day without even thinking about it. Think about the decisions that you actually think about. What was the last decision that you actually thought through? And then ask yourself, what value were you looking to fulfill? Maybe you were in a situation where you didn't make a decision. Remember what I said, that is actually a decision. So by not making a decision, what were you seeking? Most of the time when we don't make decisions, we don't do anything about something, it's because we're feeling comfort right now. And we might not understand where that decision, if we make a decision, where that might take us. And that can be a little bit scary. And that also makes us think, well, that's unfamiliar territory. But I know right now I'm in familiar territory. Right now I feel comfortable. Right now I don't have an imminent threat looming on me. I am fine right now. And if I make a decision, if I do something different, I might not be okay. And this is what people are often thinking, sometimes consciously, but a lot of times unconsciously. So when you did make a decision, say a recent decision, what got you to get out of your comfort zone and to try for something greater than the comfort zone you were in? So when it comes to exercise, if I understand that I can go through some temporary discomfort, say for an hour, And after that hour, I'm going to feel good about myself, and I'm going to feel mentally and physically better. That might be better to me than the immediate comfort that I'm in right now. If I'm going to spend extra money on a brand new car, the comfort and the luxury in that car might be worth it to me, because I will perceive that there is greater comfort in driving in that car than the car that I'm driving in right now. When it comes to persuading people, you need to know where they are right now, and that's where pacing comes in. So you pace the situation. What is comfortable for them right now? What is their situation right now? What is their reality and world right now in this situation? And when you understand that, then you can lead them beyond the discomfort of making a decision that will bring them out of where they're at right now and into another reality where they're getting more of what they want. Maybe they're more comfortable, or they're achieving or fulfilling a higher value than what they're currently in. So pace and then lead them. And you're going to lead them in the direction that they want to go anyway. You're leading them toward something else that they want. And that value is going to be fulfilled by what it is you're persuading them to do. Check out my website, nlp-gym.com. Follow me on Facebook for real-time updates on upcoming trainings, online trainings, and talks that I might be giving in your area. And again, if you have not subscribed yet to this channel, please do so right now. And if you like this video, please click like right down there as well. And remember, in the comments below, tell me about what areas of your life you would like to be a better persuader and a better influencer. And let me know what objectives and what resistance do you come up against when you're persuading and influencing. Take care.